everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lori and I am Entre Tejidos Crochet. Today's video is everything I made in November 2024, and I made quite a bit of plushies and most of them are Christmas themed. So think of this as like a Christmas pattern roundup sort of video. I do have to mention, in the description box, you'll find the links to all of these patterns that I have here that I'm going to show you. And sadly, I can't include 4 plushies because they're a bit of a top secret thing. But if I can share them by the time this video is out, I will link them in the description box below because they are just too cute, and no, I do not just say it so myself. But without further ado, let's get started. These again aren't in any particular order. Here we have one of the last winter tots that I made, and this is Gus. And what's special about Gus is that he's made with the little bunny faux fur yarn from Premier Yarns, and the color is black, and I had to double strand it just to get it to the same thickness as the Parfait Chunky. And I used the Parfait Chunky fruits to make his accessories, and I used the color watermelon. His eyes are by me. These are called Christmas Cheer. I love it because it's mostly gold and red, but when the light hits just right on those golden flakes, it almost looks kind of green. So Christmas cheer. Up, we have Chris the Capybara, and this was a pattern test for Hooks and Healers. It's her newest pattern, and I just can't believe how cute he is. I made him in a combination of Bernat Blanket and Basics Chenille from Premier Yarns. And you can, like, his pattern comes with these like tied on antlers or a yuzu, like that orange, I think it's a Japanese orange if I'm not mistaken, that you can place here, or you can just like leave it as he is because he's just, with or without accessories, he's too cute. And the eyes are mine. Well, not my eyes, but you know, I made them, and they are called Valentine, and they are more of a ruby color. They also have big heart-shaped glitters in them. You have these 2 turtles, and if you saw my how many tiny terries can I make from a jumbo skein of jumbo yarn, these are 2 that I made. This one was, I added some felt eyes. These I added some safety eyes. Regardless, they're both cute. Full disclosure, I have not been able to work on any more of the tiny terries to see how many I can actually get from 2 skeins of the Parfait XL yarn because I've been doing a lot of other pattern tests and plushies and whatnot. But hopefully before the year is out, I can see how many tiny terries I can get from those rolls of Parfait Chunky XL. So far we have 4 plushies. This was a pattern test for just Yarny, and it was for her Christmas dragon. I got the idea to use the dragon fruit skein of yarn from Premier's Parfait Chunky Fruits to make him, and I've added some eyes. These are from 3J's Handcrafts, and the center of them is yellow, and it's the exact same yellow of like the skein of yarn. And this pattern specifically does require a lot of sewing, but it's so worth it. Sometimes when we want things to be low sew, sometimes we do have to sacrifice a bit of the design to make it low sew or no sew, but this is just like I can't even. It's like, I love it so much. Next up, we have Ray Reindeer, and this is my own pattern. And let me make a little bit of space over here because I feel like I'm like struggling to have space. It's just that the box has a lot of plushies in it. So these are Ray Reindeers, and this was my pattern that I published last year, but since then I went over it. I tweaked a couple of things, like we now have a little tushy. We always had a tushy, but it was more like rounded out. Now it actually looks like, you know, it has its tushy up in the air. I did a bit of shaping here so that the nose is a bit more noticeable. And what else? Oh, how we do the hooves. Now the hooves are much more noticeable than it was last time. So I made two. This was my non-traditional Ray Reindeer, where I used some bright colors. Everything here is Parfait Chunky. And my eyes, these are candy. And look, I just love how they match up with the palm that I used. I love it. I love it so much. So now I can start filling up this corner over here. It kind of looks a little bit bare because I sent my winter tots, well, most of my winter tots, to a friend of mine so that she could have extra stock in her Christmas market that was this past weekend, like the last weekend in November. Here's another Ray Reindeer, and this time I used the Parfait Chunky Fruits in Apple to make him, and I just love how spotted he is. I added, this isn't in the pattern, but it's like, it's just a chain, and I made a bow with it, and he jingles! Eyes are by me. These are called Embers. Next up, we have this gaming chicken, but we all know blue chicken, Stardew Valley, and this one made my Stardew Valley heart sing so much. This was a pattern test for Woolly Tunes. I also did another pattern test for Woolly Tunes, and if you don't recall who Woolly Tunes is, she's the one who's designed the Sailor Saturn and Sailor Cosmos, and the other one that I'm going to show you in like right now. And she's also the one who designed the Gary the snail that I believe I showed you all last year, last month. Yeah, she's the one who's designed these super cute patterns. Recently she put out a tester call for like a Hedwig inspired plushie, so be sure to check her out. So with this one I used Parfait Chunky in Poppy, Sunshine, and this is the color blue, and the feet are tangerine. The eyes are by me. These are actually, I believe these are discontinued eyes. They look kind of like my obsidian eyes, but they're actually not. I think these were discontinued. So I had to pull these out, and of course I have not shown you Gary because actually I made Gary this month too. I thought it was last month, but no. Here's Gary, and again, it was designed by Woolly Tunes. In the order that I made these, I made the Sailor Scout that I'm going to show you in just a bit. I made her first, then I made Gary, and then I made the blue chicken. And just look at this. Like, it's Gary. It's Gary. Here we have, I just can't get over the hair. Here we have Sailor Jupiter. Let me just, you know, because the hair needs to shine. Here we have Sailor Jupiter. She was made entirely out of Parfait Chunky. and I custom made the eyes. They're called Jupiter. They are on my Etsy, as well as the custom made eyes for Cosmos and Saturn. And I also have Neptune, but she hasn't put out a call for Sailor Neptune just yet. I hope she does soon because I kind of need to make all of them. So she's going to, I'll probably place her over here. But yeah, yes, the hair is a lot, but it's worth it. I love crocheting hair. I don't know, especially if it's like curly. I love making all the curls. And for her, I had to give her highlights because I ran out of the chocolate yarn. I used almost a skein and a half of the hair color to make the hair. But look at her. I love her. Let me pull her back. Yeah, it takes me back to when I saw Sailor Moon like growing up. This was also a pattern test, but it's the only thing that's not a plushie, and it's this retro sling bag, and the pattern is by Jelly Donut Knits, and I made the small version, and it fits, my wallet fits in it perfectly. Like you can fit everything like here. It's perfect for like on the go when you just want, especially when I'm with my kids and everything's like so chaotic and whatnot. It's nice to have things. Let me adjust it here. Like that. It's nice to have something that, okay, everything that's like physically important, like my wallet, my phone, my car keys, it's like here. And yeah, I love it. So the pattern can be worked up. It works up pretty quick because essentially you're just making 4 granny squares and attaching them, and then you can add like this little border here. And the fact that it's made in blanket yarn, and she offers 2 sizes. Like how you can adjust the sizing is with the size of the granny square. So this is the smaller granny square, but then she also has a bigger one. So the bag is bigger. This other plushie was a pattern test for A Tale of Yarnia, and it's her elf snuggler. In the pattern, you can make an elf snuggler or the elf snuggler as a boy, a gingerbread man, and you need this pattern because it's just so customizable. You can definitely make like this pointier hat. You can change different, like the colors, and you can definitely, like I went crazy adding hair and curls because I just love adding hair and curls. And she is made in Parfait Chunky, and the eyes are by Kyoko Makes. The eyes just went like, they paired perfectly with her because of the light pink, and some of like the pops of glitter kind of look like mint, so it was meant to be. Yeah, don't come after me. Okay, so we're almost done. We have another jingly pile here. This was a pattern test for Chronically Abby, and this is her little mini pattern. Green mini pattern. Yeah, I forgot the name. The body was made at HMBB's caterpillar yarn in that like neon green, and then I used Parfait Chunky and pixie dust to make the hat, and the eyes are by 3J's Handcrafts, and he's just too cute, and he really works up really fast. This next plushie is actually 3. I only had time to make 3, but I wanted to make them all, and maybe before the year is out, I'll make the remainder of them. you know who the pattern's from. This is Garden Ho's latest bundle, and I have like a snail kebab here just so that I can display them better. This is Treebert gift, no, Bobble, and Gift Bert. The one that was assigned to me was Gift Bert, but I had to make him some more friends. So here they all are. The fact that these patterns work up really, really fast is like a win. And they're so cute. They are so unique. And I think they would make the perfect stocking stuffer. So check out her pattern. She has a bunch more. Like I've also tested out her fruit snails, her veggie snails. They do not disappoint. And the final plushie that I made was part of the Winter's Crochet Along on Instagram. The one that I, had to revamp my Winter Tots pattern for. And that Winter Crochet Along is still ongoing. It'll last until the first week of January. There have been shared a bunch of patterns, pretty patterns, but like after my group was done, I got on the bandwagon and made this one, and he's just too adorable. He's made entirely with Parfait Chunky, except this one I got from HNBB on Insta, and this is Wolvine, if I'm not mistaken. Safety Nose from 3 Days, no, Straight Up Handmade. Safety Nose is from 3 Days Handmade, wow. It's from Straight Up Handmade. And the eyes are blue stars. These are by me. On that note, this would be week 2 of the crochet along. I also started on week 3, but after I got through part 1 and added a few rows from part 2, I haven't been able to work on him, but I hope to finish him. And it's this adorable like standing reindeer. Yeah, he's a work in progress, but we'll get there. And that brings me to the end of another Everything I Made video. I made quite a bit of plushies. Oh wait, I forgot to show you all, and I'll include a video or a photo here of the other winter tot that I finished in early November, and she is named Riley, and she's just a lovely ray of sunshine. So she's like Riley Ray. So yeah, all told, and that I was able to show you, I made 18 plushies and 4 more, but I can't show you those just yet. You'll have to stick around. Maybe they'll pop up in another video, but I'm excited for those. Those are really, really cute. They're quick. They are Christmas themed. I can tell you that. If you want some more hints, you can head on over to my Instagram, and it's one of my posts, and it's a collaboration post with Goomba Crochets, Poggy's Place, and Happy Little Crocheter, Happy Little Lady Crochet, or something like that. But all 4 of us are designing patterns for this like major event, and if you want to partake in it, be sure to check out my Instagram. I'll link it straight to the post in the description box. All right, well, I will see you next time in another video. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for being here. I love that you guys are watching my videos, that you're commenting, liking. I love that. Thank you so much again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.